So, Chip, Ten Commandments. I already know what it is. I haven't heard it yet, but I know what it is. And I was going to react to, funny enough, the tune with Gets and Stormzy, which I think this is a response to, but I'm not sure. There was some indirects on it. Do you know what I mean? If you check it deeply, there was some indirects on it. And to be fair, it was only, I swear it was only half a verse that Stormzy did. So to get that many indirects in half a verse, you're saying something. And also for Chip to come back so quick. But at the same time, let me just get into the tune. Let me get into the tune, man.
M1 on the beat.
That's got tracks, bitch.
M1 on the beat.
Okay then, you're a bad boy, okay then. Wicked skeng man, okay then.
Alright.
With all that money, can't buy these flows. Someone have a go, okay then. Foster care that when I spray pen. Hashtag murky, but you're not a murker. Promise when I finish with this coconut, I'm gonna push his hairline back further. So no more Dubai, go Turkey. Cause that hairline needs surgery. I don't wanna hear about hashtag murky. Them boy that's can't murk me. Yo, 1 minute you're on home invasions, next minute you're at strangers painting. Like why you love going to people's houses? Yo, telling her you pagan. You know what I'm
Pull up, man. Out to those remember, Chip, that's cold. Out to those that remember Stormzy painting that youth's house. You didn't need to go there, Chip. That wasn't necessary.
M1 on the beat.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay then, you're a bad boy, okay then.
Okay then.
Wicked skeng man, okay then.
Wicked.
With all that money, can't buy these flows. Someone
No.
have a go, okay then. Foster care that when I spray pen.
What's the pair that when I spray pen?
Hashtag murky, but you're not a murker. Promise when I finish with this coconut, I'm gonna push his hairline back further. So no more Dubai, go Turkey.
Go Turkey.
That hairline needs surgery. I don't wanna hear about hashtag murky. Them boy that's can't murk me. Yo, 1 minute you're on home invasions, next minute you're at strangers painting. Like why you love going to people's houses? Yo, 10 in your yard, you pagan.
Turn in your yard.
Mike, I'm a cannibal. You can't even handle cannabis. Twinning a quiz should've warned you. Shit, man, don't do panicking. You're all gonna hear Stormzy took a L.
Yep.
And he tried to stand tall before he fell.
Yep.
So he's a man of his word in some ways, but he's on stalking like a girl. Cocaine, my nose don't know the smell. I'm on track, he's off the rails. You're some bitch with OnlyFans. Boy, I don't give two fucks what you sell. Boy, I don't give two fucks what you sold. You got that
It's funny when people say stuff that could be true because they've had a relationship and they know each other intimately, no homo, but you don't know if it's true. Do you know what I'm saying? That's
L, and he tried to stand tall before he fell. So he's a man of his word in some ways, but he's on stalking like a girl. Cocaine, my nose don't know the smell. I'm on track, he's off the rails. You're just a bitch with OnlyFans. Boy, I don't give two fucks what you sell. I don't give two fucks what you sold. You got that contradictory flow. 1 minute is fuck the government, fuck Boris. Next minute you're telling people vote. Boy, you're not a Christian, you're a fraud. Crucify him, praise the Lord. You blinded by his grace. Still managed to find my door. To save your life, you couldn't spit like me. You can get it in British or get it in tweet. Gem, speng, Kwasi Asem, we edge me, don't try me again, dickhead.
my man just spoke in the language, I think it's called Twi, he said, but Twi is the language that they speak in Ghana, and he bridging, and it sounded, I don't know what he said, but it sounded cold.
You sold, you got that contradictory flow. 1 minute is fuck the government, fuck Boris. Next minute you're telling people vote. Boy, you're not a Christian, you're a fraud. Crucify him, praise the Lord. How are you blinded by his grace? Still managed to find my door. To save your life, you couldn't spit like me. You can get it in British or get it in tweet. Gem, speng, Kwasi Asem, we edge me, don't try me again, dickhead.
Man said Gem, speng, Kwasi Asem, aye!
I'm a usher this boy to the seat, do a U-turn, spin back round. You came up remixing my bars, prick, not the other way around. You can't run out of bars, just like Chip, you can't run out of bars. That's what you said, look now you dead. If I was there, you get spun out the park, run out the dance. Chip, don't run out your nah. I with a bumper, I with a Ross.
I want it Ross!
Take it far, take your gal, take it dog. Humble pie, serve that well, I'm a humble guy. Deep down, all of the guys on your side. Deep down, wanna see the clash on the slide. Trust me, I know
Did you hear the flow? And did you hear what you said? Deep down, all the guys on your side want to hear the clash on the sly, meaning that all his brethren want to see him get murdered.
Serve that well, I'm a humble guy. Deep down, all of the guys on your side. Deep down, wanna see the clash on the slide. Trust me, I know about youths like you. Fuck with a nigga and his pagan too. Always when you're in the middle on both tunes. Caught in the middle when my pen go boom. So, pick a side, man of mine, aiming at fences. Who's on the fence, then I get defensive and get offensive. Man get offended, trust me, I pin up in no time. Pin up and sky that, plus I don't stop to the ending. Someone get this bitch a bryce, a booby trap when I'm sending. Hearing I'm popping online, but I don't even check my mentions. Them man, they come offline, cause they can't handle the attention. I can handle all the tension. After school,
Man got digger deed.
the one both tunes. Caught in the middle of my pen.
But who's he talking about here? Like, who's like sitting on the fence? It can't be who I think it is. Surely he can't be talking about. He can't be talking about who Stormzy done that tune with. Surely, when you're talking about sitting on the fence and taking, it can't be. There must be someone else just involved. And what's nuts about this whole situation is he's got a tape coming out soon. He's just dropped a tune with Young Ads and Young MA, like a gal tune. So really, you're supposed to be pushing that. So for him to take the time out, his management must be going mad, you know, because they wanted to push the single, if you like, the tune that's come out on the mixtape, and this is probably going to get more attention than that. Do you know what I mean? But that just shows that it is what it is, regardless of the fact that, and I don't know whether Stormzy made that tune drop when it dropped because he knew that my man had just dropped a tune, and he thought, right, let's drop it now because he ain't going to be able to reply because he's got to be dealing with this. Because that's the problem. Beef ain't, a little bit of it when you're trying to promote something is good, but when you're trying to promote the gal tune, you ain't, do you know what I mean? But Chip come back within hours, bro, regardless of what he's got out. So
I know about youths like you. Fuck with a nigga and his pagan too. When you're in the middle on both tunes. Caught in the middle when my pen go boom. So, pick a side, man of mine, aiming at fences. Who's on the fence, then I get defensive and get offensive. Man get offended, trust me, I pin up.
Hey, listen.
Sky that, plus I don't stop to the ending. Someone get this bitch a bryce, a booby trap when I'm sending. Hearing I'm popping, but I don't even check my mentions. Them man, they come offline, cause they can't handle the attention. I can handle all the tension. After school, that's attention. Go on, Roger, we ain't brethren. Use my voice as a sample. You can't run out of bars, just like Chip.
that's a rhyme pattern and a flow for you. Rotted. Hey!
Run out of bars, that's what you said. Look now, you dead. If I was there, you get spun out.
Listen!
The dance Chip don't run out, you know. Or with a bumper, or with a Ross. Take it there, take it far, take your gal, take it dog. Humble pie, serve that well, I'm a humble guy. Deep down, all of the guys on your side. Deep down, wanna see the
Clash on the slide.
I know about youths like you.
Like
Fuck
you.
with a nigga and his pagan too.
Pagan
Also
too.
in the middle on both tunes. Caught in the middle when my pen go boom.
Listen.
So, pick a side, man of mine, aiming at fences. Who's on the fence, then I get defensive and get offensive. Man get offended, trust me, I pin up in no
Listen.
time. And sky that, plus I don't stop to the ending. Someone get this bitch a bryce, a booby trap when I'm sending. Hearing I'm popping online, but I don't even check my mentions. Them man, they come offline, cause they can't handle the attention. I can handle all the tension. After school, them that's attention. Go on, Roger, we ain't brethren. Use my voice and make a sample. I gon' crack you on a sample. Fuck the chick that's gonna cost you. Have you flaring up your nostrils. Slap it ASAP with precision. G-Sap's your own religion. Hop out the way, looking for Chip, you only bad with the bros. Cause that one the vibe. 2 days before when you came on your own. If you're so bad, tell me cuz. Why you ain't come back? One man up. Two hands up. Always just gang. The one that you say you own and don't rent. Wrestling. You didn't mind when it was Wiley. Good kid, I'm on a G before rap.
You see, there's a couple of things I need to address. First of all, I don't really think Chick wants a one-on-one with Stormzy. Because Stormzy looks like one of them youths that knows how to box. You know what I mean? You know, that's just lyrics. Get me? You don't really want that. But I hear what you're saying in the fact that he rolled up with however many people and didn't just come in his ones. But I know you don't want that smoke, Chip. Big up yourself, Chip, lyrically. But you don't really want Big Mike one-on-one swinging. It's not. Come on. Come on, fam. Jesus, did you hear what you said though? After schooling, that's detention. In the middle of the woods. Last time, sorry.
You might get offended, trust me, I pin up in no time, pin up and sky that, plus I don't stop to the ending. Someone get this bitch a bra, it's a booby trap when I'm sending. Hearing I'm popping online, but I don't even check my mentions. Them man they come offline, cause they can't handle the attention. I can handle all the tension. After school, them that's attention. Roger, we ain't brethren. Use my voice and make a sample. I gon' crack you on a sample. Fuck with shit that's gonna cost you. Have you flaring up your nostrils. ASAP with precision. Hop out the whip, looking for chip, you only bad with the bros. I'm on the vibe, 2 days before when you came on your own. It was so bad, tell me cuz, why you ain't come back, one man up, 2 hands up, always just gang. The one that you say you own and don't rent. Wrestling bars, try me, you didn't mind when it was wily. Good kid, I'm on a G before rap nick, I'm on a faith before rap nick. So no crack before rap neck, so that cracking all raps. Still torturing tracks, you man are some trifling dogs. Dalmatians don't change their spots, now I'm barking what? Can't corner me, neither know my
Dalmatians don't change their spots, bruv. You knew what he was about, so why?
You
know it's shit.
Still torturing tracks, you man are some trifling dogs. Dalmatians don't change their spots, now I'm barking what? Can't corner me, neither know my team. Disrespect man's program, I heard your little line about them man's cold, but kaboom, the ad-lib belongs to Conan. You know this thing, no guts, no glory, snake. You know you was banging my story, I got my pen and my highlight, fam. Trust me, it's jarring, I like them, man. I'm a Christian dragging man out of cars, repent, or you're going hell, my dog. Commander with it, I'm commanding. Now you gon' read the 10 commandments. The local city from this rotting. Spiritual wickedness slewing.
I want it rotted.
Juju, what you doing? Last time.
What type of juju?
Commander with it, I'm commanding. And you gon' read the 10 commandments. You can't save you from this rotting. Bumble wall, I'm on your rotted.
Bumble wall, I'm on your rotted.
What type of juju, what you doing? Last time I checked, you were signed to the guy that's the father of the guy who signed 6'9", so you better check yourself quick before you wreck yourself. Study your team, stop studying man. I'm nice whenever it's studying time. The game been snaky, snakes and ladders update me. Check it out on the 29th. Go read the 10 commandments.
Oh Lord.
And live your life that way.
Oh Lord. How did Chip get righteous in Stormzy? That's a mad thing. A big up, and he ain't gonna stop saying like you had this energy with Wiley. What's going on? Do you know what I mean? To be honest, should Stormzy reply? Yes. Does Stormzy need to reply? It kind of depends, because he's got his fans up here, yeah? So, because Stormzy is probably the only guy from the UK who you will come home and your mum's bumping his tune, yeah? Or your granny even is bumping Blinded by His Grace and all them ones, yeah? And they play it in church, you know what I mean? I don't think there's anyone else. There's other people that you could play their music around your mum, and she might little bounce and she might know the tune, or you know what I mean. You might be able to play Wretch because of the lyrical content. You could play Wretch around your mum. Certain drill tunes that are clean versions because there's a dance involved and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? You could play that around your mum. But this guy is probably the only guy who's got mums that went out and bought his music and downloaded his music and streamed it for them. I need that Blinded by His Grace tune. I don't think, in all honesty, there's another guy like that. So that's a whole different fan base and demographic. So for that reason, he doesn't need to reply because he's got them fans, yeah? But in terms of street credibility, yeah? Because this is like the third tune, if you don't reply, and I don't think he's going to be fair, but if you don't reply, people can't take you serious. Do you know what I mean? The next time, when he brings out a project, you might bounce some of the tunes, you might like a couple of tunes, but you're not going to take him serious when he's talking all that crud. You're just going to be like, you get me? You're not going to, it's not, even when it's not crud, it's just lyrical ability about this and about he's the king, and you can't take it seriously. Because in reality, only certain people could say that they were the king of that genre without somebody saying something back. Literally, and Chip's not even one of them. I don't think he would be disrespectful, and I'm not saying Stormzy's being disrespectful. I'm saying I don't think Chip would even say that. You've got Skepta that could say that, and you've got Wiley that could say that. You probably got Gets that could say that. Those guys could probably say it. Kano, maybe they could probably say it, and it not be taken the wrong way. But that's really about it. I don't even think Chip could say it without it rubbing some people up the wrong way. And when you rub people up the wrong way, you're gonna get. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna happen. So he kind of maybe brought it all on himself. Does the scene need him to reply? No. Half of these rhythms ain't even grime anymore. That are being going back and forth on these disses. And grime has been around for 20 years plus. Do you know what I mean? It's all right. Doesn't need revival. People talking about it's dead, this, that, and the other. It's been around. Do you know what I mean? So the scene doesn't need him to reply. He doesn't need to reply. Should he reply? In my opinion, you can't write him off, fam. Do you know what I mean? He's not rubbish. He's got skills. He's got ability. And there was, at the end of the day, there was bars in that tune there that he could reply to. Things that Chip said that he spoke in tweet. You could reply to that. Do you know, there's things in there. If you listen to it, there's things in there. There's ammunition there that you can reply to. So there's no reason why you can't. So we'll have to wait and see. But as for that, I mean, and I realise that Chip's promoting a CD that's coming out. So all of this is helping. But I am most definitely gonna check out the mixtape because of this. So he's done his. A lot of people are saying he sent what he sent as part of promotion for this. But even though he didn't respond, and that's why Stormzy shouldn't respond, people are saying, even though he hasn't responded, he's done his job. Do you know what I mean? Just showing who's on what in the game. So. And big up Chip for addressing whoever's on the fence. He can't be talking about well. But big up Chip for addressing whoever it is and saying if it is you, then either pick a side or you're getting, you know what I mean? The tune's hard. Download the album, Snakes and Ladders. Jeez! Yeah, so I was saying the speed that he turned that around is crazy in terms of the time. It's hours, you know, in terms of the time he heard the indirects. Now, don't get it twisted. Obviously, because of what was happening, he was expecting Stormzy to respond. So he probably had some of that already there, ready to go. Do you know what I mean? But still, to respond and put it together in less than 24 hours after getting indirected, one is the right thing to do, because he's basically saying, I'm not going to let you get away with that little tactic, yeah, which is, rather than respond, I'm just going to go on a bag of tunes and I'm not going to mention your name and I'm going to indirect you, and that's the way that I'm going to deal with this. No, that's not going to happen. And the other thing, I said I did a reaction to Chip's Daily Duppy, and I said I just reacted to it to hear how many times he went at Stormzy. And again, Storms, this is the problem with not replying and addressing it in the first place. You've got yourself in a situation where a man is like Chip is ready for your indirects, let alone reply, and he's at you. The only way to engage now is to deal with it. Do you know what I mean? To come back. If you wait another however many months for him to lock and reload and have something else ready for you, it's not even worth it. Or maybe that's it. Maybe you just don't mention him, fam. Just don't even you have to think twice about every lyric you write in case it sounds like it's ringing.